Hey there guys, Mike here from Sell Your Service, and today in this video I want to review the marketing funnel tool, Geru. This is a totally non-biased, non-affiliate review. This was based on my own purchase, made with my own money. I wasn't asked to make this review, I haven't been paid to make this review, so I want to give you an overview of some of the best features of this particular piece of marketing funnel planning software, as well as some of the features that you need to be aware of and what I think of the pricing model. Let's get into it. So Geru calls itself a marketing funnel simulator, and you have to first of all ask yourself like what that is. And basically what they've done, it's pretty smart. They've taken the concept of planning out the flow of a marketing funnel builder. So you have your drag and drop interface, you connect your pages, but then what you're able to do is, using their calculator and their simulator, go through the conversion rates and start to look at all the potential profit, sales, refunds, all of the numbers going through from initial traffic all the way to sale and then on. It's very, very clever how it works. For a long time, funnels had to be planned out using like whiteboards, you know, or using kind of UX cards. I used to do it in Photoshop, and then for a while I did it with flowchart stuff like Lucidchart, and I would have to do the maths myself. Something that I really love about Geru is its calculator feature. All I have to do is jump in. I've got an example here in front of us where I've got some traffic at the top, and I just come down and hit simulate, and what it does is it runs through all the conversion rates that I've got here as well as the pricing, and it tells me, for example, in this particular case, I think we earn something like a couple of $100 a month or whatever based on the initial kind of layout that I've got here. It'll tell me how many conversions I've made. It'll tell me the numbers that I can start with, so I'm able to plug in data that I'm collecting from my site right now, put it in and say, I want to create a new funnel, we want to launch a new product, let's test this particular version out. Like if I wanted to change a version, I can choose these tabs up the top here and then say, well actually, why don't we simulate what this version looks like when, you know, we connect a different upsell page or whatever, and we can see that, you know, the prices jump up or the conversion numbers, because they kind of stay the same, like how that affects revenue going down the line. It also gives me an estimated cost per click and a cost per lead, which I can then use to work backwards and say, well, if I invest $1,000 into Facebook ads or YouTube ads or Google ads, what is that going to result in for my marketing funnels? The calculator alone is frankly worth the entire price, because I'm able to constructively put together on one side what my customers already have and then what I would propose to do, and what I love is I'm able to compare the two, and just by showing them the maths, usually customers go, oh my god, this is something that we need to put inside our business right now. When I'm doing it for my own stuff, I love the ability to think, well, I'm going to launch a new product. Let's do a webinar, an email sequence, a couple of sales pages. I know roughly what my conversion rates are using my analytics tools like Orabi. What is it that we're going to be able to expect from 1 month's worth of sales or monthly sales or yearly sales? It has a fantastic click and drag interface. And now let's say that I've got a funnel like this, and I say, okay, they come through to the upsell page, then let's have a content page. I can just drag in that new page, I can click and move the pages around, and then I can connect that page through. And then when I click the simulate button again, it will run those same numbers through and say, ultimately you'll end up with this many people on this page and this many sales expected. What I also love about it is that I can add in new products really easily and say, okay, well, this is actually going to be a really high ticket product. I'm going to say that this is going to be an agency service. This is going to be $15,000. It's going to be a one-time fee, product refund rate of 0%, or maybe if you're doing an info product, it's like 5% or 10% or whatever your estimated rates are. Plug all that kind of stuff in, as well as the cost. Let's say I know that this cost me $7,500. Product refund rate is 0. Hit save, and again, if I wanted to add that product in, I could put it in here, and I could say actually, we immediately go to a high ticket sale of $15,000. I know roughly the conversion rate would be 30% for that upsell. Why not? Go ahead and hit simulate, And this will then tell me how much I'm making per year, per month, or whatever. And you can see here that my total costs around $7,500 and $15,000 or whatever. Like, it does come with a ton of templates as well. I think they call them blueprints, as you can see on screen here, which is to say that if I was to create a new project, I could say, well, basically I want to do a free plus shipping offer or a chatbot lead funnel. And if I click that, it'll load up a brand new template, a brand new blueprint for me, put it right in the middle of the screen so that I can start using it straight away. It'll even give me estimated conversion rates, to which I can say, well, if you sell a $297 product there and it moves through, it's 100%, 3% click rate. Using just that formula there, if I hit simulate, what does that give me per month? So we've got a ton of options available included in the package that Geru throws in of really common funnels, so you don't even have to build everything from scratch. When I want to share this stuff with clients, I might do a live share, via Zoom or via Whereby or whatever, but I can also export it as a PDF. Which also is really easy for me to be able to share it as like an image or whatever if I'm just going to give them the plan. Something else that Geru has included, which I'm going to have to dive into some of this because there's so much included here. I'm going to skip to the end, spoiler alert. I think this is massively worth the money. I've paid for it and I'd happily pay the next price level up just for access to this. If we go into reports, I can then look at a list view of everything inside the blueprint and it will tell me what I need to start looking at. So this here is the individual kind of conversion rates and how we're going to make an offer in the different pages. You can obviously like change some of these words so that they're specific to you or specific to your customer and basically deliver them. This is the list view of everything that we're going to be creating, rough estimates of conversion rates. I remember I used to spend hours on stuff like this inside Google Sheets, inside Excel, inside Google Docs, creating and pulling all this stuff together, and Geru just throws this together for you. It also has kind of like a to-do list or a productivity planner. You can see here the published status here. It's either got done or planned and everything's got a tick under planned. If I go back to the canvas and jump inside one of these pages, let's say that I go straight through to this thank you page here. If I go through into it and say options, I can add in a few notes. I can then actually connect a real page to this and upload a snapshot, so I can take a picture of the URL, and if I think I click that button there, it basically takes a snapshot of the real life URL and puts it in the funnel planner. So as you're going along, there we go, that's an image there. I can also say, no, this has been done now, so let's check that, click save, and when I go back to the report, and I go to the publish status, you can see that the thank you page is done. So it even gives me a productivity planner as to what I need to do for every single marketing funnel build. It's also got a fantastic planning tool for your dream profit goal. This is really useful for customers when we work out what it is that they want to make a year. Let's say that their goal is $1 million. And I want to plan that using the data that they've already put in and using the funnel projections. It can say that what you need to do is make $21,000 a day. You need to generate roughly 4,500 leads per month using this exact formula that we've got here, or using this particular funnel that we've got here. One last thing, there's actually a ton within this. So, personally, I say go ahead and buy it. If you want to leave now, go ahead and do that. I'll put a link to the offer down below. There is a slight change in the pricing, which I'll talk about. We can see here we can compare scenarios. So let's say that you create their current layout and system as it is, and then you compare it to yours. You'd be able to compare the two and say, this is what you're currently getting, and this is what our projections show that we could get. It gives you an idea about traffic reinvestment as well, saying that if you make $1,000 profit here, you could invest that back in traffic, and here's what happens with the different levels. Honestly, it includes literally everything to go through and plan out all of your marketing funnels, not just for yourself, but for your customers as well. One thing I think is worth knowing is that you need to know, or at least estimate, your own conversions. This here, for example, is a really basic opt-in funnel that we use. We have an opt-in page which redirects to a one-time offer, an order form, and then an upsell page. My projections were a 50% opt-in rate and then a 4% sales rate. I know that one of those in real life is higher and one of them is lower, but I have to plug that data in. but you have to know your conversion rate. So it is one thing to use their suggested ones or say what it's going to happen. It's also an idea for you to estimate your own. But if you are collecting data and collecting analytics on your own site or on your customer's site, you'll need to put that information in. So it's worth knowing that you're going to need to know that in order to get accurate simulations, and you can't just go based on what Geru or what industry standards are. You're always going to want to use your own data, but still it's extremely powerful to be able to plan against that and say, well, this is actually, I'm getting a 35% opt-in rate and a 5% sales rate, so let's have a look and see what that does, and then we can plan more accurately. It is a monthly fee, however, there is a lifetime deal. If you go to the link down below, this is as of time of recording. If you go to geru.com/lifetime, there are 2 lifetime deals happening right now. So I wanted to get this video out, which is why it maybe is a bit more thrown together than usual, because I wanted to get as many people on board with this as I said. This is not an affiliate review. Geru doesn't even have an affiliate plan as far as I'm aware of at the moment. I just wanted you to know about this piece of software that's out there. I absolutely love it. I use it every single day. I use it in my coaching calls. I use it in my own business. We use it for some of our consulting customers. So I would recommend going ahead and buy this if you want to build a lot of funnels and use it as part of your tool for selling marketing funnels to your customers. Do you have Geru already? Let me know in the comments below if you are using a tool like this. If you've got another tool that's similar to Geru, let me know about that as well. I'd love to check that out and see how it compares. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for checking out Geru with me, which is a marketing funnel tool and planning tool. In the meantime, I'll see you on the next video. Have courage, commit, and take action.